Okay, these few verses can be shown. You can hear clearly. Verse number 12 onwards, chapter 2, verse 12. Aho namo maikam ekoram dehavami vachinna gantana gantam yapya vishwamavasita aho namo maikam vaksho nasti bhavanasamaha asanspurshya sarirena yena vishwam jitam yukam aho namo maikam yasya me nasti kinchana atava yasya me sarvam yadvam manasagocharam jnanam jneyam tatha jnatam ayam nasti vastavam ajnanam bhatiyatedam sohamasmi niranjanam. I hope, after you listen to these classes, you are going back and thinking it for yourself. Because you can see the whole approach in this knowledge, in this book. The first, as you see, the first verses, the first chapter, everything you are teaching, the teacher reveals it. That's what the teacher. The second chapter, now what we are going through, but the student is now expressing the appreciation of his wisdom. This is something so beautiful, we can see it in our own lives. Let us see. Somebody comes from Himalayan mountains. That person has gone to Gangotri, Yamunotri, then to Kedarnath, Badrinath, and different mountain ranges in Nainital, Ranikhet, like that. All over the person has gone to the mountains. He has gone to one place called Vishnu, where you can see 200 kilometers mountain range. Light and all that. Suppose he has gone and seen that and come back and talks to you. How does he talk? With too much of excitement. No one is so, oh my God, you cannot believe it. We are living in the plain, just trees and a little bit, water here and there. You go to the Himalayas, what a massive mountain range, 1,500 kilometers range, snow peaks, miles and miles of snow peaks. Ganges, Ganga, Alakananda, all these rivers, they are coming from this side, that side, and so many temples, ancient traditions, and massive peaks. How beautiful! See, when you are talking, when you are really seeing, you go on talking so much excitement, the other person gets almost mesmerized, and he says, how do you really saw that? So beautiful. Can I also go? Now you want to share that excitement. So what do you say? I also want to go there, Can I go there? You can go there, or you can go there, how to go there. And you tell it the way. And the person travels. And when he stands right in the Gangotri, how does he feel? Listen. When you stand there, anything, it doesn't have Gangotri. Somebody talks ecstatically about, let us say, Kanyakumari. A little waterfall in Uttarakhand. A little tiger safari in Odisha or in Rajasthan. Anywhere. Whenever somebody sees something beautiful and comes and talks with excitement, how do you feel? Can I also go and see? And when you go and stand there, when you go there and you stand there, how do you feel? Wow! So that time, will you remember the person who was speaking about you? Will you remember what all descriptions he was giving? No. Why? Because you are right on the spot. The person who was talking, you forget it. The person who, whatever the descriptions he was giving, you completely forget. You are just enjoying being in that place. Afterwards you shall say, oh, what this person was telling, my friend was telling is really true, it's so beautiful, so fantastic. This is how we enjoy life. Somebody comes and tells us, we go there. Now, imagine, in that outside world, there are many ups and downs. You told me about beauty of the Himalayan mountain range. So I went there this year. What will happen? When I go there, massive flood, landscape, and everything is completely destroyed. Kedarnath doesn't exist. Roads are wiped out. When I see that, I say, what are you talking about? People say mountain is so beautiful, rivers are so beautiful, dirty, inundated, everything is dangerous. I would have died of heat. Look at that. That possibility is there because these are the destinations outside. When suppose somebody talks to you very excitedly about who you are, like in the first chapter of the ASHTAVAKRA Gita, the teacher says, you are the absolute. There is nothing other than you. You are the happiness, you are the bliss. This is your bondage that you are looking for freedom. You are freedom. You are the absolute. The whole universe rises and falls in you. There is nothing other than you. When he reveals that, and the teacher is excited. The teacher is a person who knows the truth, but he shall always live in a zone of tremendous perpetual excitement, perpetual high. He does not need a drug to be in a high. He doesn't need an alcohol to be in a high. He doesn't need a book to be in a high. He doesn't need to see something, hear something, touch something, taste something, smell something to be in a high. He is a perpetual high because he is the happiness itself. So when the person describes about that, you also go crazy. Wow, really, this is so nice. Now, just like when you listen to the descriptions of the mountains, and when you go and reach the mountain and stand there, you are stunned with the view. Same thing also when the teacher teaches, and you also want to go there when the teacher gives you the direction. This is how you come go back to yourself as to who you are. Not this perceptible universe, not this physical body, either your sense organs, nor your memories, thoughts of any kind, not even the I thought. Where every thoughts have no meaning, perceptions have no meaning. If they are there, it is as beautiful as if they are not there because you are there. When you see it for yourself, how do you feel? Wow! And please understand, that is where you also come back and you describe it. You come and tell the teacher also, isn't it? The person had told you, you go to Himalayan, you will see beautiful things. That is how you went there. After coming back, you blast him off with a beautiful description, isn't it? Oh, really, what you are telling? Fantastic. So many things I saw. So many beautiful things I saw. You are sharing your excitement. At least, as I told you outside, when you go there, landscape might have changed. You saw a beautiful mountain, but by the time you have heard the description of a beautiful mountain, but you go there, by the time you go there, the trees are all cut. Or sometimes the stones are all taken away. The road is gone. The river has changed its bed. Then you will say, what are you talking about? There may be disappointment. Are you saying it's so quiet? Now you go there and you are full of buildings. All these changes can happen. Whereas in case of the absolute knowledge, self-knowledge, Atmiyam, understanding of yourself, in this landscape there is no change. Who you are is always beautiful. Summer trip, excellent. Winter trip, wonderful. Rainy season, wonderful. Springtime, wonderful. Childhood, wonderful. Youth, so wonderful. Old age, excellent. All the thoughts are there, beautiful. No thoughts are beautiful. Consciousness is same. You understand the beauty of it? It is absolutely on an exciting zone, on a perpetual high. There is no reason for it. If you want to go to the Himalayan mountain and see the snow peaks, go in winter or just after the winter. Deep summer you go, you may not see that. You want to enjoy the beauty of the Ganges? If you go now in this rainy season, muddy water, and you can't even get into that. But if you go in February, March, oh, clean water, so nice. So there the landscapes will go on changing. Whereas in case of the truth of yourself, you are the happiness, you are the love, you are the security, you are everything. There is no change in the landscape. The thoughts may go on changing. But you are always the same. That is why day after day, year after year, generations after generations, whoever understands, they give you the same message. Everybody understands. And here in this sharing, you don't have to wait for it. I come and talk to you about Alaska. I come and talk to you about the Amazon forest. I come and talk to you about African safari, or if I talk to you about Kanyakumari or the Himalayas, you have to organize a trip. You wait on the time, visa problem, passport problem, flight problem, money problem, everything is there. Whereas to take this flight onto yourself, who you are, no visa required, no passport required, no seasonal problem, no flight is necessary. Right on, just think of it. What are we doing today? Think, friends. The most beautiful journey is with us. Here is the difference between a travel to the object of happiness and the happiness itself. The difference between, are you getting that? The difference here is when in the outside world we are running toward the object of happiness, objects of excitement, objects of pleasure, objects of love, running away from objects of hatred. Here in case we are going into not the objects of happiness or objects of love, the love itself, happiness itself. That is my nature. And into this, you don't need any passport, any visa whatsoever. Always there with yourself. You are sitting down here. There is no need for waiting for a particular time, day, night, nothing. Like Shankara says so beautifully in Vivek Chudamani. Ayam Atma Nitya Siddha Pramane Sati Bhasate Na Desham, Na Kalam, Na Suddhim Apekshate. Hey, this Ayam Atma, this Atma, the I, the self, that is one's own nature. Pramane Sati Bhasate. When a Pramana, Sabda Pramana, when the teacher uses the word, the words reveal the truth. Reveal, doesn't produce the truth. Reveal the truth for yourself. Na Desham, Na Kalam, Na Suddhim Apekshate. To be with yourself, you don't depend on a particular time, place, or even the so-called purity. Everything, irrespective of, it doesn't matter. To understand yourself, you can be in a mountain, on a desert, on a city, in a village, in a cave, or on a peak of the range, mountain range. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter whether it's midday or mid-morning, day or night, dawn or dusk. It doesn't matter whether you are young or old, good looking or stupid looking. It just, no conditions apply. Understand? The self, the truth yourself is no conditions apply. To reach Himalayas, 100 conditions apply. You want to go to another country, you have to fulfill so many obligations. Are you getting that point, please? Whereas in case of being yourself, no conditions apply. The trouble is when you go to a study, listen to somebody, and where the people make these conditions, they highlight the conditions as to what you should do, what you should not do, that becomes more problem. That is why the Upanishad beautifully ASHTAVAKRA Gita says, Ayame Bandha, this is your bondage that you are wanting to be liberated, that you desire to be liberated. Ayame Bandha, Brahmi Bhavitum Ichchasi. This is your bondage, that you want to become the happiness. This is your bondage, Samadhi Manudishtati. That you are practicing meditation, that is your great bondage. Why? Because you are the meditation. What are you trying? Already you have seen already. You are the meditation. What you are trying to do it. So no conditions apply. At any time, no conditions apply. They make it very difficult. Who? The teacher. The person doesn't know. That this truth is unconditional, the person doesn't know that. The moment you give emphasis that you should do, no. Tell me who I am, don't tell me what I should do. It's a very, very powerful statement. Not many people can grasp it. Because most people are interested in doing something. What shall I do? What shall I do in the morning? What shall I do in the evening? What shall I do in the afternoon? What shall I read? What I shall not read? Shall I do worship? Shall I do chanting? Shall I follow this religion? Shall I follow that God? Shall I do meditation in the morning or in the afternoon? Shall I read this book or that book? Shall I be vegetarian, non-vegetarian? Shall I get married or not married? Are you getting that? Shall I go to a temple or not a temple? Shall I sleep more or less? People look for these type of conditions. Here to be yourself, no conditions apply. Don't you think it's so fantastic? Absolutely unconditional existence. Like space is existing, the space is. The space has no season. Are you getting that point, please? The space has no season. There is no winter space, summer space, rainy season space, autumnal space. Space is space. Seasons change in the womb of space, but the space never changes. Unconditional. How beautiful. But because the individual has always been difficult, always is looking for something, because whole life, to become a graduate you have to do something, to get a job you have to do something, to get money you do something, therefore the person thinks to be happy also I must do something. No, that is one place you don't have to do anything whatsoever. Other day, somebody interesting, one student, it's a very nice little joke for children. The father asked, how come you failed in your examination? Oh, the questions were stupid, you know. You know, children will always say that. The questions are stupid. He said, questions are stupid, how come other people passed? He said, no, I wanted to take a revenge on my teacher. He said, what do you mean by you want to take a revenge on your teacher? He is asking the question which I don't know. So I wrote the answer which he doesn't know. He asked me the questions which I don't know. So I wanted to take revenge on him. I wrote the answers which he also doesn't know. How do you like it? Now in self-knowledge also we can come across teacher. The student doesn't know what he is asking, because naturally, if the student has questions, the teacher doesn't know the answers. So the teacher gives the answer, the student will never understand. So that is where comes the miracles, mysteries, mysteriousness. You know, I touch you, I look at you, I touch you between the eyebrows, I do this, I do that. So naturally, the student has difficulty, the teacher has difficulty. Both are fantastic. You understand how stupid it is? The simplest question, being yourself, and please understand, feel it, see it, think it for yourself, whatever language you want to use. You at this moment, to be yourself, where should you go? What time, what place? Which thought you should have or which thought you should not have? This is the perpetual excitement. Unfortunately, what happens is, the person instead of being himself, now he is busy picking up the ideas. This book, this thought, that thought. It becomes never ending. It becomes never ending. Please understand that point very, very clearly.
Yesterday I was watching something very nice. I'll make it simple. Please see the beauty of it. Nowadays we have tried our best to understand the animal behavior, the animal migration. The wild wildebeest in Africa, they go on, millions of them go on migration. Then there are, from Mexico City, there are the butterflies, the particular butterflies, millions of them travel in a group. They just go hundreds and hundreds of miles from one place to another place. With the butterflies. Then you see that whale migration. Of course, migratory birds, you know that every summer they come to India from Siberia and other thousands of them. So people try to understand how do they migrate, why do they migrate, what route they take. So in order to watch that, they tag them. They put a little wireless thing, they tag it on their thing. Even to the butterfly also, they have now made this tiniest possible tag and they push it on the body. And they understand the ways, where they go, where they stop, and in amazing things you come to discover. Listen carefully. If you say, oh Swamiji, I have been inundated with the thoughts, so many different thoughts, so many different ideas, so many different memories are always coming up, you are on a migration route. The thoughts are continuously coming in. Now you find out where exactly they are coming and where they are going. So if you want to do that, what should you do? Tag them. Tagging them. Tagging them means what? Just observe where exactly the thought is coming from and where exactly it disappears. Listen carefully. In order to do so, you cannot escape being yourself. Listen carefully. Now look, I say, please listen to this. I say, observe this flower. Now when I say observe this flower, please think, it is very subtle, very simple. Like a joke, you should catch it. If you don't catch it, it's a different thing altogether. You must be sharp. That is why you must be sharp. I say, observe this flower. When I say observe this flower, I am already taking for granted that you are there to observe the flower. Right or wrong? You are there to observe the flower. Now, which one is more important? The flower you are observing or you? Is the object of research becomes more important than the researcher? Can the trees become more important than the botanist? Can the animals become more important than the geologist? Can the thoughts become more important than you? When I say observe this thought and you say yes, what does it mean? You are already with your eyes and you are observing the flower. You are already with your eyes. Now please tell me, which one is difficult? To be with the flower or to be with your eyes? Which one is difficult? Which one is difficult? To be with the flower or to be with your eyes? Huh? To be with the flower, to be with these things, to be with the eyes, to be with your eyes is difficult. What answer is that? Think. You are always with your eyes. Flowers may or may not be there. This much thinking people don't have. That is why you are in trouble. Because always objects are more important. Objects of search are more important than the seeker. Can you believe it? You are proving it. Otherwise, even if one person says, don't think, feel bad or good. Even if one person says flower is more important than the eyes, which one is more difficult? Eyes. Really? The flower is more difficult. Because flower can come, flower can go. It may fade away after some time. But your eyes are already there. So when you are observing the flower, you are already being with your eyes. But see the habit. Because you are so much lost in the observing the flower, And that is how you are lost in that observation. If I take out the flower, you feel empty. There is nothing to observe. Hey, you are there. No, that is not the point anybody has given to us. It's like child. The toys are more important than the player. When the toys are gone, the child is crying. Oof, Mahadev. Do you understand? A grown-up babies, 40-year, 50-year, 60-year-old, 70-year-old, grown-up babies. When the toys are gone, the baby is crying. Your money is gone, you are crying. Your husband is gone, your wife is gone, your child is gone, time snatches, anything happens, you are crying. The job is gone, the house collapses, you are crying. The physical body conditions must change. You can't be always 10-year-old, always 20-year-old, always 40-year-old. Now poor thing that Mandela, they are keeping him under a vegetative stage for 9 to 10 days, simply artificial breathing. Poor thing, in any place he would have been already dead. Like many people, forget the man's name. Many people, they do keep it for their satisfaction. Let the person go. Let the body go. 60, 70, 8-year-old children. So much lost in the book that if you don't read a book, you feel lonely. So much stuck on the classes and lectures that if you don't listen to lecture, you are lonely. You are a child playing with the toys. Thoughts are not there, finished. Books are not there, finished. Camp is not there, finished. Classes are not there, finished. Money is not there. You understand, whether it's a religious toy or a secular toy, you are a baby. Most people are babies. You understand the point? Can you shift it? Very important. And the teachers become the provider of the toys. Whom shall you like? Whom shall you like? One, you are a child, this is a 10-year-old. There is one uncle who comes and gives you tigers and animals and everything. Another person says, be happy with yourself. Which one you like? What nonsense. In your so-called love affair, what do you say? Suppose somebody says, look, darling, when I am with you, I am really happy with myself. She will run away. He will run away. When I am with you, suppose you go on, how do you say? Oh, you are the star of my eyes. You are the breath of my breath. You are the light of my light. Then everybody says, that's true. But suppose somebody says, when I am with you, I am the light of my light. Huh? What is this fellow? What is he talking? Who is he talking to? Are you getting that point, please? Because you want to be somebody's toy. What a waste. Because you don't have any self-importance. Nothing. So when other people say, I'm nice, I'm nice. If other people say, I'm stupid, I'm stupid. Because you don't have any value for yourself. Understand that point. So when I say, listen carefully, when I say, observe this flower, you are already there. The flower is now. Let it go. You are still there. To observe your thoughts, understand. Remember that example, migration. When birds are migrating, animals are migrating, you are tagging them. Your thoughts are migrating now. Your thoughts are continuously migrating. Childhood until now, how many thoughts are there? You sit down here, suddenly the thoughts start coming up. Start coming up. Observe. When you say observe, listen carefully. When you say observe, you can observe the object of your thought with the eyes. Can you observe the thought of the object with your eyes? You can listen to the sound with your ears. Can you listen to the thought of the sound with your ears? You can grasp a sensation with your skin. The memory of the sensation that skin cannot grasp. The memory of the sensation of the taste or the smell, the sense organs cannot grasp. So when you are observing a thought, suddenly Your body and the physical universe are just innocent bystanders waiting. That is why people who are miserable, depressed, stuck with their thought or excited with their thought, they forget about their body. Completely forget about their body. Neglect the body. Think of it. So when I say observe your thoughts, who is observing? Listen carefully. I don't know. It is so simple, okay? So simple. It's so, I don't know how to tell you. It's so simple. Please see the simplicity of it. Seeing. Look. Do you see this flower? You are seeing, right? Seeing. Are you seeing the flower? No. Are you seeing? If you think seeing means seeing the flower, when the flower is gone, no, I am not seeing. Hey, you are not seeing the flower, but are you not seeing? Do you understand the difference? Do you understand the difference? Seeing is not a job. Seeing is natural. Seeing the flower, yes, you have to put a dimension. You will see the flower, yes. See my watch, move your eyes. See the light, move your ears. See the air conditioning, see that. See the photo, change your eyes. But seeing, to see, which way you should look? Huh? To see, where should you look? Should you do anything? Just to see? Seeing. To hear? To taste? To touch? To smell? What does it mean? Listen carefully. So seeing means what? You are conscious. Listen. You are conscious and you are directing your attention to your eyes. You are conscious and with your eyes we call it as seeing. You are conscious. With your ears we call it hearing. With your tongue we call it tasting. With your skin we call it touching. With your nose we call it smelling. So to be conscious, listen, to see you must open your eyes. To be conscious, should you open your eyes? Should you close your eyes? To conscious of your seeing, you open your eyes. Conscious of not seeing, close your eyes. To be conscious, what should you do? To be conscious of a thought. A thought should be there. To be conscious, what thought should be there? Nothing. Effortless. Do you understand? But what has happened in between? This I thought has come up, and the I thought, I owns up with everything. I see, I hear, I touch, I taste, I smell, I don't touch. You understand how million things has come? I see, so many things. I touch, I hear, I see, I saw. Oh. Then I think, how many thoughts? You understand? So that I has become more important. So when I say observe your thoughts, listen carefully. When I say observe your thought, every thought is seen, including the I thought. Is it necessary, listen carefully, is it necessary to say, I see the flower to see? Is it necessary to say, I see the flower to see? Is it necessary to say, I hear the cuckoo? The cuckoo is there. You don't have to say, I hear the cuckoo. Cuckoo is singing. The ears are reporting. It's not because I say I hear, therefore the ears hear. Because it is not that because I say I hear the cuckoo singing, therefore the cuckoo is singing. Cuckoo is singing. Ears are there to report it. Consciousness is there. I thought is not needed. Descriptions of experience not needed. Is it necessary to say I hear? This is meditation. Just be. You are. As sense organs are, objects are. In Bhagavad, in Kathopanishad it comes. Beautiful. Tam yogamiti manyante sthiram indriya dharanam apramattastada bhavati yogo hi prabhavapyo. In Kathopanishad it says, Tam yogamiti manyante. That you consider as yoga, jnanam, dhyanam, whatever you say, knowledge, meditation, samadhi. Sthiram indriya dharana. Sthira indriya dharana. But the sense organs remain in their own place. There is nobody to disturb you because I see, I don't want to see, I hear, this is the fellow who is disturbing everything. There is no I, individuality is not there. To see, not to see, hear, not to hear, touch, not to touch, nothing. Sthira indriya dharana. Apramattastada bhavati. That time, simply holding the thought is not enough, simply keeping the sense organs as it is not enough. Apramattastada bhavati. You must be aware of yourself without any role of eye hearing, seeing, tasting, thinking, none of these things. No sound, no thought, nothing needed. And once you are that, thereafter take up any role you like. Are you getting that point, please? You can take up any role you like. As long as actor is remembered, it doesn't matter what role you are taking. That's all. Understand? So observation. In that observation, what does it mean? As you are tagging the birds and animals to observe them, now any thought, listen carefully, any thought that is bugging you, now try to find out which is the thought which is bugging you. Is it the objects? No. Is it the thoughts? No. I am thinking, that is the one. Are you getting that point? Only one thought. Only one thought that affects the individual is ahankar, the I thought. Rest of the thoughts, innocent, the whole body, creation, everything is innocent. So now you see the meaning of the word I, find its source. This is why when you recognize the meaning of the word I, to be, to say I don't have to be myself, I don't have to say I. To be conscious, I don't need to say the word I. That is what, when you see that, then what happens? Oh my God, this is where you start. The teacher reveals your nature, who you are, and then how you understand? Aho aham, namo, aho aham. What a wonderful thing I am. Because always I am there. This teacher was very excited in revealing the truth. Now the student is extremely excited by seeing the truth. So both the teacher and student very happy for nothing. You understand? Very happy for nothing. You are not meant under a tree or wherever you are. But both are excited. Why? Only the why. This is why the life becomes so beautiful. When there is a reason for your excitement, when that is taken away, you are very excited because you have got good car. Car is stolen. Very excited because antique jewelry is taken away. Very excited because a person in your relationship breaks down or the person dies away. And very excited because books are there, books are taken away. Very excited because Guru is there, Guru is dead. Very excited because all the practices are there, you can't do the practice. That is not real excitement. That is the seed for frustration. Listen carefully. I am not telling you, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says no. Yehi sansparshaja bhogaha dukkha yonaya yevate. Yehi sansparshaja bhoga dukkha yonaya yevate. Adyantavanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddha. E bhogaha sansparsaja. Those pleasures which is born out of the sansparsa. Indriya, Vishaya, sansparsha. Sukha is produced. You know what is the word sukham? What is sukha? Strange. Other day I was reading one Hindi book. Somebody has written some. You know, these regional languages, sometimes sadhus, they are so beautiful. Very, very, very simple. And they really amazing things. They don't have to know deep Sanskrit. They know Sanskrit also. But sukham, you know what is sukham? Sukha. Kha is what? Indriya. Kham means indriya. Kham means Paranchi khani vitunat swayambhu. In Kathopanishad, Paranchi khani. Khani means indriyani. Kham, khani, khani. Kham means indriyas. Sukham. For the sense organs are very nice. That is the sukham for average person. That is the word sukham. Usually you don't use for the absolute. That absolute you use for ananda. Sukham. Sense organs are comfortable. I am very comfortable. That is the sukham. Why is it so? Because indriya, the kham, comes with the touch with the object. Sound, cuckoo is singing. Oh, so nice. Now suddenly cuckoo goes. There is nothing here. Or your ears are deaf. Either of the two can happen. The cuckoo, now where is the cuckoo? It's a good demonstration. What is good? You tell, you go to the ashram, always there are cuckoos. Somebody says, come and sit down, 2 days, no cuckoo. Then what else? You are the cuckoo, you are the mad fellow telling you to go there and listen to the people. Or you come there, the cuckoo is singing, but his ears are not, you don't hear anything whatsoever. Right? So, if that is the one, Grivishu Sukham, you are miserable. Same way. Listen carefully. Some people consider listening to the sound of a music, touching somebody, or touching something or somebody, tasting something or somebody, tasting something or smelling something or something like that, that is all great happiness. This is we call secular pleasure. What is religious Sukham? Listening to scriptures. Indriya Vishaya Sambandha. Listening to scripture also is not Atma Sukham. Just like sound of the cuckoo can lead you to yourself, the sound of the Vedic chanting also can take you to yourself. But if you miss the sound of the cuckoo and the sound is not there, and miss the sound of the Vedas when the Vedas are not there, you are only Vishaya Sukham. With my father, with my mother, with my husband, with my wife, I am so happy. With my Guru also I am very happy. Guru is gone, finished. Crying, miserable, miserable, miserable. Vishaya Sukham. Are you getting that point, please? Very important. Practicing. I stand like this, I breathe like this, I do like this, then only I become happy. You cannot do it. You understand? Sansparsaja bhoga, dukkha yamevati. So even the scriptures can be source of your dukkha. You thought laddu, sweets give you happiness, then you become addicted to sweet, it becomes your problem. You thought the scriptures will give you a problem, you become addicted to scripture. You become addicted to a teacher, you become addicted to a practice. Is it Sukham? But this is where the person becomes so proud. There was a great Sufi master. And one day there was a student who was very, stayed for 3 to 4 years with the teacher. And after 3-4 years, the teacher says to the student, I think it is time for you to go from this place. He was very miserable. How can you ask me to go from this place? He said, no, your fidelity means your honesty, your dedication is too much. He said, if my dedication is too much, why should I go? He said, your dedication to wrong thing is too much. What is the dedication to wrong thing? You are so stuck on the book, you are so stuck on the rituals, you are so stuck on the different type of thing other than the truth. That way you will make yourself miserable and will make others miserable, because you think by continuous listening to these books, by doing this particular ritual, by sitting on this posture, you are happy. Therefore, you shall impose the same thing on your student also. You are never free, and you shall never make others also free. You understand how deep it is, how sincere it is. Therefore, don't say, no, therefore the teacher is telling not to read the book. No. The teacher is not telling you not to read the book. Read it and drop it. Let the books be dropped. Like individuality, you are also dropped. Please see that point. You have been listening for a long time. Are you being with yourself, or you are missing the listening? You are reading a lot of books. Are you happy with yourself, or you are missing reading a book? Oh, I am meditating. Are you happy with yourself, or missing that practice? When shall you be out? Are you getting that point? Because if you depend on a book, anybody takes away the book, you will shooting him down. Like a child, toys have become more important. If anybody remove the toy, the child will be upset. So these have become toys for the religious person. Religious symbols, books, rituals, descriptions. Previously it was secular symbols, secular things, now it is religious objects. No. The person must see it for himself. Please appreciate. That is where comes the glory. So in observation, please appreciate. The moment I observe, you are already with yourself. Just like say, see. Our whole conditioning has been so much. Seeing the flower is known as observation, but seeing is not observation. Can you get it? Seeing the flower is observation. I am observing the flower. But I am observing what? Nothing. Listen. Or you can say, I am observing what? Eye is seeing. I am observing, eye is not seeing. Observing the thoughts. Observing no thought. So observation, seeing, consciousness, call it seeing, observation, meditation, experiencing, whatever you say, always there. Are you getting that point? Every moment, what you observe will not be always there. How beautiful. What you observe shall go. You cannot keep it. That is why if you make it bhoga, this becomes a bhoga. So yoga also becomes a bhoga. Meaning you can be missing it. The bhoga also can be yoga when you see yourself there. The bhoga becomes a yoga when you see yourself. The yoga becomes a bhoga, meaning your bondage if you don't see yourself. How do you observe? Okay, so thus, when the teacher has told, go back to the first sentence we started. Somebody talks to you about the beauty of a place, you listen to it. But when you stand there in front of the Himalayan ranges, How do you feel? Absolutely excited. Simple. The teacher reveals the truth. When you see it as it is, you also are as excited. And that is why you also describe. That is what the student is not telling. Aho aham namo mayam yasyame dakshya nasti, verse number 13. Oh, what a wonderful person I am. Look at this. What a wonderful person I am. Aho aham. You know, people who don't understand, what did they say? This fellow is becoming too narcissistic. You know, sort of thinking too much of himself. Hey, I am not thinking too much of myself only. Everybody is like this. Aho aham. Everybody can say, oh, what a wonderful person I am. The teacher is not saying, oh, what a wonderful I am. You are also as wonderful. You are not, I am the only one wonderful. When I told you already, no? When somebody says I am educated, other may be less educated, more educated. When somebody says I am rich, other may be richer or poor. When somebody says I am talented, somebody may be less talented, more talented. But when you say I am happiness, everybody is the same. It's in happiness, there is no comparison. No lesser happiness, greater happiness. The royal happiness, commoner's happiness. But there is a royal palace and a commoner's thought, commoner's hutment. Body, young, old. Thoughts, more thought, less thought. Consciousness, more consciousness, less consciousness. Same reality everywhere. That is why, oh, what a thing. When the teacher says, I am the truth, you are also included. Long back I told you, there was one conference was going on. The Sardar say, call it Sardarji, call it foods, whatever you like, whichever one you like. You don't like the Sardar name, don't put Sardar name. Joke. You write as you like. You talk as you like. Then there was a big conference as to why all the jokes are in their name. So hundreds of Sardars were landing in Delhi from America, Canada, England. They are all over, no? They are coming back. A very important conference as to why all the jokes are in our name. So one taxi driver who was not a taxi, he is not a Sardar, but he was ferrying those people, they were taking them from airport to the hotel. I asked him, why suddenly so many Sardars are landing today? He said, sir, there is a conference. In a conference, and as to why all the jokes are on our name. I said, no problem. You answer my question. He said, yes. In my family, there are 4 people. In my family, there are 3 people. One is my wife, other is my child. Who is the third person? And the Sardar thought for a while. Said, okay, your father? No. Your grandfather? No. Sister? He said, hey, look, don't tire me now. Simple thing. He said, all the jokes are in your name. I said, I tell you, in my family there are 3 people. One is me, other is my wife. One is my wife and my child. So third person, who is third person? I am the third person, my family. There are 2, I am the third. Yeah, that's right. The fellow was so excited. He stayed away, went to the hotel. Already conference has started 10 o'clock. He, without any bath or anything, he just dumped the luggage and came back. And some people are talking big lectures as to why the jokes are on their name. He said, shut up, everybody, quiet. I have the solution. I will ask you. One simple question. You will know why all the jokes are on our name. Because we guys don't have any simple questions, simple answers for this, but these are a simple things. Yes. In my family, there are 3 people. One is my wife, other is my daughter. Who is the third one? All these others started thinking. He said, okay, maybe your father? No. What about your sister? No. Then everybody was talking like this. Then one fellow who was, hotel boy, who was serving, and they are not supposed to interfere in the discussion, but they could not keep quiet. What is all these fellows, father, grandfather, all that nonsense. Yes, sir, if in your family there are 3 people, and you, if your wife and your daughter, then you are the third person. He says, no, taxi driver. Because taxi driver said, no, I am the third one. So I am the third one. See, he says, so taxi driver the third one. So when the teacher says, Aham Brahmasmi, I am the Brahman. So somebody asks, what is the happiness? Teacher is Brahman. Because the teacher said, I am the happiness. No. When he says, I am the happiness, I am the happiness, I am the third man, arrogant, fourth man, 10th man, whatever you say. The same thing. Oh, aham, what a wonderful person I am. Imagine this. This is not a pep talk. Positive thinking. Positive thinking means what? Believing in something which you don't have. Try to believe in something which you don't have. Right? Here it is not so. Here the thinking cannot but be positive. Why? Because I am the absolute. Even if you tell I am an idiot, I am absolute, which happens to be having few thoughts which are not so good. Or which if my body is, if you are talking I am fat or lean, it is my body which is fat and lean. I am always absolute. You understand the beauty? Dakshoham, aham daksha. I am the most dexterous person. Why dexterous? Because who is capable person? A capable person is somebody who can create nothing, create something out of nothing. Who is capable person? Think. Which student you call as brilliant? Which father is PhD, mother is PhD, everything is PhD, school is best school, and they did good. Will you call them brilliant? Or the fellow comes from an underprivileged child, underprivileged family, parents are not educated, but that fellow becomes stand fast and first. Like the one girl in Bombay, no? Chartered accountancy, first. The father is auto driver, mother is selling idli, but that girl is standing first in the chartered accountancy exams. What you shall call it? Daksha. She is Daksha. She is the one who really capable, because even though there are no possibilities, he made it. That is Daksha. Same thing. Why this self-knowledge makes you Daksha? Because even if there is nothing, you are happy. There is nothing with you, but you are the happiness. Body is dying, I am deathless. Everybody is clamoring, you are stupid. You say, I am wonderful. Everybody say, you are so wonderful. You are not taken up by it. That is why, mana apamanayoho tulya. Tulya mitra aripakshayoho. Mitra aripakshayoho tulya. Whether there is a friend or enemy, both are fantastic. Mana apamana. Now you are highly respected, now somebody disrespects you. That is their problem, not your problem. Sama sanga vivarjita. Sama, always same. Sukha dukkhesu. Sitosna sukha dukkhesu. Tatha mana apamanayo. Siddha usna. Now it is hot and cold. People blow hot, people blow cold. In every situation, you are the same. That is very Daksha. In the job, I am as powerful as been without the job. Think of it. That is the person is somebody. No. As much you are capable, when you have all the money in the world, that much you are capable. When you do not have the money in the world, that sense of confidence, nobody takes away. That is very Daksha. Always happy, always satisfied, always contented. There is no reason for it. That is why there is no mood swing. There is no mood swing. Today, how are you? What is how are you? Always, how are you? Always the best in the world. No problem. See how nice it is. Nasti hamatsama daksha nasti. There is nothing in this world which is more dexterous than me. Meaning, I am always the same. Sadame samatvam na muktir na bandha. For me, always the same. There is no bondage, no liberation, nothing. Let the bound be feel liberated. I am always liberated. no bandha, no mukti. Raksha, what a life. Being yourself, nothing to talk, nothing to say, nothing to think, nothing to see, hear, taste, or smell. Or ahoaham namo, let's go more. Asansprishya sarirena. Sarirena asansprishya, untouched by the body, yet holds the whole universe inside myself. Wonderful language. Poetry. Sheer poetry. Not poetic imagination, but a poetic reality. The reality is a huge poetry. Who I am. This asansprishya sarirena, the body cannot touch it. I am the bodiless awareness in the body. Dharyam, Vishwam Chiram Dhrudam, universe, the whole universe is sustained in me. Nothing exists away from consciousness. That is why Ahoaham again continues. Ahoaham Namo Mayham. To me my namaskar. You see that language? To me my namaskar. Namo Mayham, Mayham Namaha. To me my namaskar. Who is greater than me? When you say, who is greater than me, listen carefully. If you say, who is greater than me, and by chance that me goes to wealth, you will be proud, arrogant. Who is greater than me, if you look, by chance you unconsciously jump into the body level, you shall be proud and arrogant. By chance it goes to the thought level, again it will be pride and arrogant. But if it is always at your level, to me my namaskar. Same namaskar to everybody. I am not the only one respectable. Everybody is respectable. That is why you love yourself, you respect yourself. Therefore you love everybody, respect everybody. You love yourself for who you are, you love yourself for what you have. You love everybody for what they are, and they love everybody for what they have. Oh, but Swamiji, this fellow is creating heavy trouble, he is stealing my things. Who he is wonderful. What he has some limitation. Once I have told the person, you are the absolute, I am not going to tell him, you are not relative, you are an idiot. No, you are immortal. No, you are immortal if you are giving me laddu. When you don't give me laddu offering, I say you are an idiot. No, can't change. You are infinite. That is the knowledge. But if you are relatively, think carefully. Suppose you think you are rich and you are helping somebody to be rich, you will be always expecting that gratitude. I only helped him to do that. Today he is talking like this. Because you really gave him something which he did not have. Therefore, if he doesn't accept it, you may feel hurt. Because you are also stupid, because you think your value also remains with the money that you have. But when you think, I am the happiness, I am the absolute, you tell the other person, you are the happiness, you are the absolute. Now when he suppose he doesn't acknowledge it, how does it matter? How does it matter? If he doesn't do it, that's his problem, not my problem. I am as happy as the other person is. But if your happiness depends upon other people respecting you, that is a different thing. If your happiness depends on other people acknowledging you, I gave him 10,000 rupees, he never even tell thanks. I gave him a lift in the car, he never told me this. I helped him to educate, he never told you this. So, as much he is a beggar for you, for 10,000 rupees, that much you are a beggar for your importance by his recognition. So who is better? A beggar begging, right? Like somebody said, when he lost something, क्या लाया था जो खो दिया? What is that you brought in this world that you lost it? And that is true. What is that you brought in the world that you gave it? Why should you be proud by giving something to somebody? What is that you brought that you gave? Very easy to understand. What is that? क्या लाया था जो खो दिया? Whatever I brought, what is that I brought or that I lost? Right. So you can accept your loss. Same way, what is that I brought that I gave? It was there. It happened to be mine, but it is somebody else's. So what is that happiness I gave somebody? What is that happiness I gave somebody? It is always their nature. Therefore, teacher is not granting a favor. So beautiful. Oh, aham, namo maham, to me my namaskar. Yasya me nasti kinchana. Yasya, my kinchana me nasti. There is nothing for me. Athava yasya me sarvam. Or everything is with me. Are you getting it? I have nothing. Because who I am is everything. There is no such thing which I have. Because who I am is everything. Or everything is in me. Just like the water. Water can say, I am the water. There is no drop, no ocean. Or the water can say, I am the water, I have the ocean, I have the drop in me. Which language is good? Both are fine. But the stupidity is, I am the water, others are not. Other waves are not. I am the only one water. Other drops are not. As much you are a drop and you are the water, that much every drop is a drop as well as the water. Again, in the water, no drops, no ocean. As much I am consciousness, that much you are. As much Aham Brahmasmi, that much you are Brahman. Tattvamasi, you are also same reality. There is nothing whatsoever. So it is, there is nothing in me, yet there is everything in me. So if everything is in you, think of it. Everything is in you. In the God's world, even the devil has a place, right or wrong? But in devil's world, God has no place. In wise man's world, fool has a place, but in the fool world, wise man has no place. Wisdom accommodates ignorance. Ignorance resists wisdom. Wise man can never resist anything because everything comes under it, within it. Are you getting that? But the ignorant fellow will resist the wisdom because ignorant finds its sustenance in being the individuality. So it will resist because in the wisdom, individuality will fade away. Fellow is afraid. Okay, we shall see that when it comes. Jnanam jneyam tatha jnata tritayam nasti vastavam ajnanad bhatiyatredam sohamasmi niranjana. Jnanam jneyam. Shall we go to the table a little? On the table. This one will be very interesting. Very interesting. Okay? 3 words. What they call in Vedic language, yogic language, Triputi. Vedanta also Triputi. Jnata, jnana, jneyam. Bhokta, bhogam, bhogyam. You can take it anything, okay? All the 3 things. Bhagavan Shankara says, Aham bhojanam naiva bhoktam bhogyam na bhokta. Bhokta, bhogyam, bhojanam. Like that is also. Like jnata, jnanam, jneyam. Dhyata, dhyanam, dheyam. Object of meditation, meditation, meditator. These 3 things, they call it Triputi. All of you know. Jnata, dhyanam, dheyam. Okay? Now, do you see it in yourself? Today you see it now. Right now, other day, yesterday, somebody was there, I was making a pictorial presentation. Just you observe it, okay? It's so beautiful. Look. First, let us have the average person, anybody. Where do you begin? With the Geyam. Geyam means what? Okay, put first. 3 words let us do. Knowing. Lucky the words don't need ink, but the words need thought. So the thoughts are not there, what can you teach? Ink is over on the brain, right? Okay. Noah. Then knowledge. Then you are know. Okay? In Sanskrit, jnata, jnanam, jnana. Okay. So think of it, our life, where do we begin? What is more imposing? Think. Just be normal, okay? Be like a baby. What is more normal? Which one is we are familiar with more? With the knower, with the knowledge or the known? Known. Don't try to be a Vedantin and say, oh, I'm familiar with the knower. That you are repeating a stupid answer. You are so familiar with the knower and why are you in trouble? Now in the class you will say, yeah, everything like that, then go there and fight with everybody. What a waste. Think of it. Familiar, we are all familiar with the known. Okay. So let us say known. So here is a lotus. There is a lotus flower. Okay. There is a lotus flower. This is the known. Okay. Listen. Now, okay, see, this is a little, okay, now think of it. I will make a little difference there, okay? Then, this knower is very funny. The knower, I am bringing the place here, okay? I am putting the knower here now. This knower is a little funny because with the sina. Okay, with what do you see the flower? Simple thing. With what you see your flower? Eyes. Be like a baby. Okay, let's put the eyes. Okay? Just this the eye because I am looking at the flower. Okay? Now this eyes, for the time being, the eyes are the knower. Right? Okay? Now, so this is known, object of knowledge. This is knower. Now, true to this perception, what happens? The thought takes place. The thought of the flower. The thought. Okay, so this we call as the knowledge. Right? What is knowledge? The thought, no. Suppose, what is my grandfather's name? Someone? I don't know. What you don't know means what? The thought is not there. Your grandfather's name? Yeah. You know, yeah. What is yeah? Here the thought is striking you. So thought is usually, immediately the thought is equal to right knowledge, wrong knowledge, that are separate things we shall just. Usually, knowledge means what? A thought. Without a thought, you cannot have knowledge. A thought means you have a knowledge. Every thought is not a knowledge, but a knowledge has to be a thought. That is true or not? Every thought need not be knowledge. It can be just a piece of information, wrong information, misinformation. But if it is a knowledge, it has to be a thought. You can't have a knowledge and no thought. Are you getting that? That is an objective word. It is on the flower. Okay. So you have the thought. Okay. Now, this knower is a peculiar. Knower is a shifting knower. In the eye also knower, but this eye has no sense of I know. It doesn't say that. Okay, now go simply. So true to this, now this thought. Now true to this, the thought takes place. Now this eyes, can it see the thought? Can the eyes see the thought? It can see the flower. It can report the flower. Can it report the thought? Cannot report the thought. So who is reporting the thought? There has to be knower. Who is that there? The eye. The eye says, Jnata, listen carefully. I say, I know. So, the I thought is the knower. Just start with that much. The I thought is the knower. Now, peculiarly, this also is a knower, this also is a knower. Then the eyes see, therefore you can see this is a seer or a knower. But the eyes cannot see the thought. So the thought also is object of knowledge. but is not object of the perception. Is not the object of the perception. This is the thought. Now this is the I thought is knower. This I is very peculiar. Please see how it is. Now this is where you can appreciate. Go down. This I is so peculiar, it shall say, I know the thought. With the thought it shall say, I know the thought. Then it shall say, I see. With the thought it shall say, I think. With the flower, the eye it shall say, I see. Okay? Then when it goes there, now suppose this is gold, diamond and other things and all these things, what shall I say? You won't have everything and I say, I am rich. This is mine, perceived, this is the thing. So this I thought is so peculiar. I am rich. I know these things. I see. I think. So this one creates the division of in its presence alone. Listen carefully. By itself, please, by itself, the flower doesn't think I am an object of knowledge. By itself, the eyes do not say I know or I see. By itself, the thought will not say I think. But the moment I comes in, I think, I know, I see the object. So this jnata, jnana, geyam, this difference, who creates? Who is creating? This is the boy or the girl, call it whatever. Are you getting that? Jnata, jnana, geyam, this concept of known, knower, thought, knowledge, just cannot exist without the I. Right? This is average person. This is how we all begin from childhood. At one time, listen carefully, at one time, growing up means what? Oh, it's exciting. Growing up means, you know what? Oh, I'm tired of this flower, I want to see some mountains. I want to see other cities. I want to go to the countries. I want to hear some music. I want to taste this. I want to touch that. I want to smell that. Who is doing this? I. Listen carefully. Then gets tired of the lotus, now goes to the rose. Gets tired of the rose, goes to the diamond. Gets tired of the diamond, goes to the amarkat. Are you getting that point? Who is getting tired? Objects are getting tired or the individual is getting tired? You are getting tired. Okay? So you are getting tired of it, you go on changing. How many things you go on changing in the outside world? Endless list. Okay? Then you come to then you say what? Oh, I know. I see. Then suppose the eyes are losing their capacity. I can't see. I am not cataract. My body is old. Who is talking? The eyes are talking or the eyes individually talking? Individually. The thoughts are knowledge. Are the knowledge proud of themselves? Or I say, I know physics, I know chemistry. So who is doing it down? So and then after some time you are tired. I am tired of seeing. I want to hear something. I want to be a hearer, not a seer. Only seeing and hearing, I want to touch. No? I am tired of touching. I want to touch something else. What tired is simply touch the food and can't eat the food. Okay, I want to eat. So tasting. Are you getting that point, please? So you are getting tired of the objects, getting tired of perception, sensations. You are also getting tired of the thoughts. Memory, Swamiji, memory, so many thoughts. Now listen carefully. This I is getting tired of everything, but never tired of itself. The knower is not getting tired of itself. It is getting tired of all that is known, through which it is knowing, and the knowledge that is gathered, but never getting tired of itself. Okay? Now when it is getting tired of itself, So this knower, what should happen now? You must know the... So now, listen carefully. This knower must know about himself. Now, when you know about yourself, what happens? Knower means now, as much you are conscious of the thought, as much you are, when you say you, as much you are conscious of the thought, that much you are conscious of your eyes, that much you are conscious of the object through your eyes. Right or wrong? You are conscious of the thought. You are conscious of your eyes. You are conscious of the object through your eyes. Because, listen carefully, eyes cannot see the thought of the object. Do you understand that line? Eyes cannot see the thought of the object. The thought of the object can be seen by the eye, consciousness. Listen carefully. Not by this eye thought. That will be the consciousness. We shall see that. Just see that. This is what you call the third eye. The eye of the eye. Okay? So this cannot see this can see the thought of the object. The eyes cannot see the object of, the eyes cannot see the thought of the object. The third eye, consciousness, cannot see the object of your thought without the eyes. Are you getting that point?
Yes.
Eyes cannot see the object of thought, the eyes cannot see the thought of the object. You are conscious of the thought of the object. Consciousness cannot see the object of thought without the eyes. That is, a blind man can be conscious, but blind man cannot be conscious of the object. A deaf can be conscious, but the deaf cannot be conscious of a sound. Are you getting that point, please? Eyes don't feel blind. I am blind. The ears don't feel deaf. I am deaf. I am partially hearing. I am partially. You understand these complications? It all comes from where? Not from consciousness, comes from the eye. Now this eye, now it is getting tired of everything. What is known, the knowledge. But the knower is not getting tired of itself. When you get tired of this eye, what is this eye? Who is making the confusion? That is why the teacher should help you to understand about yourself who you are. Now, instead of doing that, if the teacher also giving comfort to the ahankar, oh, you should meditate, you should not have any thought. You should not see this, hear this, taste this, touch this, smell this, you know. Objects are temptations. Objects are temptations, or you are stupid. Sense organs are weaknesses, or you are stupid. Thoughts are an agitation, or you are stupid. Are you getting that point, please? So, instead of challenging the eye and helping the individual know himself, now the eye is given spiritual practices. But nowadays, previously I was walking, now I am standing on my head. Previously I was looking at everything, now I close my eyes and do nothing. I am looking for happiness inside. What is happening? Are you getting that point, please? So, you know the knower. Now that these three things are there, the eye is now tired of itself. You want to understand. Because as much the eye owns up knowing the thought, knowing the flower, eyes and knowing the flower, now this eye thought also is known. Right or wrong? As I said, to see this object, you must be the eyes. To see the thought, to be conscious of the thought, you must be consciousness. Right or wrong? To be conscious of the thought, you have to be conscious. Consciousness. To be conscious, do you need a thought? But to know the thought, you must be Conscious. So which one comes first? Yourself, consciousness. In that consciousness, so which is the meaning of the word? Meaning of the word I. So there, the I thought is not needed. If knower is not needed, known is needed, knowledge is needed. Are you getting that point, please? No knower needed, no thought, no known is needed, no knowledge is needed. Here, knowledge, when you say, knowledge means a thought of the object. In the relative knowledge, you cannot know an object without the thought. If there is no thought of my village in your brain, you cannot know my village. To be conscious, what thought you need? To be conscious, what thought you need? Nothing. So self-knowledge is not a thought. You understand? Self-knowledge, being yourself, is not a thought. So you are as much with yourself when there is a thought, that much you are with yourself when there is no thought. Are you getting that point, please? As much you are with yourself, there is a thought. Even when there is no thought also, you are with yourself. No jnata, no jnanam, no jnayam. Yet, for relative thing, jnata, jnana, jnayam, necessary. To talk, to describe, these things are necessary. But in reality, for me to be myself, I am the knower. There is nothing to know. There is no knowledge. All the three things are one and the same. You understand it here? See that. Getting that point, please? This is something very, very interesting. The three things, the I is only moving from one place to another place to say I know, I don't know, and all that stuff. That way, sit down and look at that whole process inside you. To be yourself, you don't need. That is why Ajnanad bhati yatra edam soham asmi niranjana. Yatra Ajnanad bhati, because the ignorance, this difference of knower, no knowledge, I take it as real. But in reality, in me, where there is no knower, no known, no knowledge, tadaham asmi, that I am niranjana, untainted, unaffected, unlimited awareness that I am. Having told this, then he said, "Wow, it is such a relief." Then he says, "What is the problem?" Read the next verse, 2 verses. Dvaita moolam dukkham nanya tasyasti bheshajam drushyame tat mrusha sarvam ekoham chidraso malah bodhamatro aham jnanad upadhi kalpito maya evam vimrushato nityam nirvikalpe sthitir mama name bandhosti moksho va भ्रांति शांतो निराश्रया अहो मयि स्थितं विश्वं वस्तुतो न मयि स्थितं. This is real celebration of the vision. You know what is, after having told this, then he says, Dvaita moolam aho appa, aho dukkham, Dvaita moolam, aho, what a wonder. Dukkham dvaita moolam. When I create a division in this myself, I only get into trouble. Dvaita moolam. Listen carefully. That there is a duality is not a dukkham. You appreciate that? That there is a duality, that there is diversity, that there is multiplicity is not dukkham. When I divide myself, I create the division, I am the seer, object is seen, thoughts are seen, object, eyes are seeing, and I am the seer, I cannot see. I am the knower, I don't know. then only the problem comes. So who creates your problem? The Dvaita or the ownership of Dvaita? Does the duality create problem? Or my owning the duality creates the problem? Are you getting that point? Idea, please. Just simple. The body is not afraid of being born, growing, decaying, dying. Body has no sense of living, body has no sense of dying. I am born, I am dying. That is the headache. Thoughts are changing. By itself is not a problem. Oh, my thoughts are continuously changing. That becomes a problem. So, Dvaita Moolam Aho Dukkham. Dvaita Moolam means when these, who is the, okay, Dvaita Moolam Dukkham. The Dukkha, you can call it, like Sukham. Indriya sense organs are comfortable, is comfortable. Dukkham, kham Indriya, du, where there is, Indriyas are not comfortable. In a sense, senses are not comfortable, perception is not comfortable, thoughts are not comfortable. Who is creating this Dukkham? I, because that there is a Dvaita is not a problem. I am the Dvaita Moola. In fact, individuality is the root of acknowledging the duality. Do you understand that? Duality by itself has no division, sense of difference. That is why animals move so happily. Have you seen these dogs? So many varieties of dogs. So many varieties. Whether it is a Pomeranian, Afghan hound, Italian greyhound, all these different types of, that what all varieties of dogs are variety. So many, Doberman and all that, so many, greyhound, so many varieties of dogs are there. You release them on the beach, how will they play? What will they do? They'll jump on each other, start playing. And this fellow has a stupid little dog. Look at my Afghan hound. The owners of the dog are very proud. They will not mix with each other, but the dogs will meet with each other. So that there is a division is not a problem. We are the ones who are giving the importance to the duality. That is why. Do the eyes, ears, tongue, do they compete? But my focus is on eyes more than my ears. Somebody's focus is more on the skin than on the eyes. Somebody's focus is more on the tongue than on the ear. So you create your sense organ problem. Sense organs don't create your problem. Right or wrong? Same thing, thoughts. The thoughts are also, varieties of thoughts should be there. But the I thought. Aho. Dvaita Moolam Aho Dukkham. Nanyas. Tasyana Asti Bhesajam. Indeed, there is no other medicine for this Dukkham because of the duality except Drishyametat Mrusha Sarvam Ekoham Chidraso Malaha. Except you understanding Aham Ekaha Chidrasaha. I am one without a second pure consciousness. In that, when the individuality is gone, suddenly the Drishyam Jagat is falsified. There is nobody to take it, make it as a real. Nobody to take the thought as a real. The thoughts pass. Use it. It's like a Vyavahara Jagat. But you don't take it as a real. Understand. This is something must be very, very clearly understood. Who I am always remains the same. The thoughts go on changing, body goes on changing, creation goes on changing, people go on changing, they shall change. But I remain always the same. And nothing touches me. You are not dismissing the creation. Listen carefully. You are not dismissing the creation. You are not dismissing your body. You are not dismissing your thought. Only you are dismissing whom? Individuality, that I, in meaning, I see the meaning of the word I. When that is not there, what is the problem? And dismissing there means what? Dismissing there means never to say I again. No, no, no. It's like that funny, like that snake, where the visham, poison, the fangs are removed. The snake is there, but the fangs are removed. So the snake is a snake, but it doesn't bite anymore. So I thought is there, ignorance is removed. So as a result, I say the word I, but I do not identify with anything in this universe. Very clearly, to be myself, I don't need to say the word I. Yet, I need the word I to say I am the body, I am the, I see, I hear, I taste, I touch, but it has no fang anymore. When I say the word I see, I know who I am. It's like when I say, I know I am the consciousness, thoughts are known, through the eyes certain things are seen. But at all the time, I am myself. At no time I lose sight of myself. So that is what Drushyameta Dusha Sarvam Ekoham Chidrasha, pure consciousness, Amala. Bodhamatroham Ajnanat Upadhi Kalpito Maya. Bodhamatro Aham. Aham Bodhamatra. I am of the nature of pure Bodha, consciousness, Jnanam. That is my Swarupa. Shuddha Bodho, pure consciousness. There is nothing other than me. Ajnanat Maya Upadhi Kalpita. Because of the ignorance, not knowing myself, I identified with the Upadhi. Upadhi means what? Upa. Understand? Upa Sannihita, which is staying by the side with the, you are with the physical body, with the thought, then you have that buddhi, that I am that. Body doesn't say it is me. I say I am the body. Can you catch that? Thought doesn't say it is me. I say I am the thought. Gold doesn't say it is rich. I say I am rich. That much. Thus having evam vimrusato nityam, evam nityam vimrusataha, by continuously contemplating on this, always contemplating like this, meaning being with myself, that I am the Bodha, Chinmatra consciousness. Nitya nirvikalpe sthiti mama. Mama nitya nirvikalpe sthiti. Always nitya, eternally sthiti. I continuously always abide in the nirvikalpa, where there is no vikalpa. Vikalpa means no duality, anything whatsoever. Where there is vikalpa, it is existing. The world, vikalpa, body, vikalpa goes on changing, senses goes on changing, thoughts also goes on changing. They should change, they shall change, they must change. But I am not lost in the changes. The trouble is when you want to stop the changing, you wonder why the people don't find it difficult. I want to stop my thought. Why are you stopping the thought? You stop yourself who is owning the thought. Why? That is why when people do this practice, the thoughts must be stopped, vasanas must be removed. That there is a vasana is a problem, or you are identifying with the vasana is a problem. That there is an object is a problem, or you are identifying the object is a problem. So instead of removing the fellow who is identifying, you are removing the object. This is why, have you not seen? Have you not seen? People will be talking on the cell phone. Suppose, somehow the signals are not very good and doesn't come. 2-3 times the machine got caught. I mean, the talks were interrupted. What do you do? Boom. You smash the telephone. What did this telephone do? What did the telephone do? You put the computer, once it not come, twice it not, thrice it, throw the plate, throw the cup. Why do you do that? The car is not starting, you kick the car. Now car is kicked or your leg is broken. The car is not starting, you are so disgusted, so frustrated, you kick the car. Now what happens to, who gets the hurt? Car gets hurt or your leg gets hurt? Right. Now same way, listen carefully. Just like the car is stubborn, the car is not changing. Some people are like that. This, totally defunct car. Some people are defunct. So you tell them one time, tell them twice, tell them three times. When you do that, you kick them. How? Physically or verbally? When you do that, who is getting hurt? Because that fellow is stupid. He will never understand. You only feel. So allow the idiot to be idiot. He has as much right to be here as much anybody else. There is a great Sufi master. Listen, there is a great Sufi master. And so many people are coming to listen to him. And there will be sometimes some people will be coming who are like snakes, very dangerous people, in a sense, insensitive, stupid, proud, arrogant, that type of people. And then they will be very proud of their practices. What is that? Oh, I can do the japam for 1 hour. That japam, instead of quietening him down, brings him greater arrogance. I can do puja for 3 hours. I can stand on my head for half an hour. That variety. I have picked up all the books, all the knowledge, all the Sanskrit in my brain. So, the teacher, one day a student asked him, one student asked him, how come you are keeping these fellows? And they are going and talking some nonsense somewhere. He said, look, there are snakes all over. There are snakes all over. If you allow the snakes to go and bite everybody, what will happen? Everybody will be dead. But suppose the snake is given a vain hope that if you don't bite some people, you don't do this for some time, you will be wonderful. So he will be little distracted by that. With that vain hope of he becoming somebody, at least he is not biting some people, no? That is why it is nice to distract some people with some practices. Because if they do not do that, they will be much more ferocious. Like somebody said, so many religious gurus, religious people, books and everything is there. How come there are still so many rogues, rascals, sort of pain, anger, anxiety, bad people, torture and other things are there in the world. So the teacher says, so what do you mean? So you mean to say everybody should stop teaching, everybody should stop following whatever little religious tradition, right or wrong, so stop doing that? That's what you want, right? In spite of thousands of hospitals, if still there are millions of people who are sick, imagine if the hospitals are not there. If the hospitals are not there, what will happen? Much more people will be sick. So in spite of so many teachings, so many teachers, so many traditions, so many things, if some people are still so stupid, imagine none of these things are there. What will happen? So let everything be there. You, instead of worried about others, you fix up yourself. Please understand. That is the most important thing. Bodhamatra. Aham bodhamatra. Consciousness alone. Nirvikalpa sthiti mama. Sadamay samatvam muktir aham nirvikalpo nirakara rupa. Aham nirvikalpa. There is no vikalpa duality, no form whatsoever. That is myself. Name bandhosti mokshova. There is no bondage, no liberation. Can you see that? Just close your eyes and listen to this last statement. Na bandhosti, na mokshava. Bondage, liberation. is not in the outside world. Creation has no sense of bondage. Creation has no sense of liberation. Thought by itself is neither bondage nor liberation. If the I thought is there, it shall say, I am born, I am dying. I am thinking, not thinking. I am bound, I am free. If I is not there, to be yourself who you are, you don't need to say I. Just take that. Since this I thought itself is redundant, what to talk of I am free or I am bound? Those are descriptions long after the I comes. Before you say I see, first you have to say I, then you add anything to it. I see, I hear, I taste. Understand, the I, the subject. Seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, knowing, thinking, bound, liberated. These are all predicates. Verbs. Who I am is not a verb, is not a kriya, is not an action, is not a karma, is not a karma. So the meaning of the word you see. There is no bondage, no liberation. Aho, mayi sthitam vishwam. In me, vishwam sarvam mayi sthitam. In me, everything is existing. My thought, the body, the whole creation. What is consciousness? Consciousness is not inside the body, in and through the whole universe. That is why wherever your body goes, you are already there. Wherever your body goes, you are already there. Wherever your thought moves, yatra yatra mano yati, tatra tatra samadhi. Wherever the thoughts move, samadhi, yourself, always there. Therefore, wherever your body goes, whether it is in Earth, in Mars, in another planet or galaxy, same thing. Whatever time, morning, evening, midday, now thousands of years after, consciousness is same thing. Oh, mayi sthitam vishwam, everything is existing in me. Vastutah, in reality, na mayi sthitam, in reality there is nothing existing in me. Either everything exists in me or nothing is existing in me. I alone am existing. Iti, the glorification of this wisdom. How? Remember that. You have listened to the beauty of the Himalayas. When you stand in front of it, you are speechless. As I told you, it may be difficult or easy to travel to Himalayas. In this travel, the teacher has talked about the absolute excitement about being with one's own self. The freedom, the happiness, the bliss, call it whatever you like. And to see that, you don't have to travel in the outside world, nor you have to travel inside. You are always there as pure awareness. Thoughts, no thought. Object, no object. Perception, no perception. You are always there. Let's see that, be that. Just see these things for yourself. Very, very clear. Please.